Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. Sorry, my necklace is kind of round. First of all, thank you for all your support with the last video. It really helps me, kind of know that I I'm not just liked for a particular personality, because that is a thing I've struggled with. Um, is thinking that I have to be like looking at it every single time and not have some WTF moments. And so I really appreciate that. Thank you. Um, the other thing is, when I was talking about the wheelchair, yes, I was kind of talking about everybody's perceptions, but I was more talking about disabled people who have this kind of sense of resigned, resignedness where they, and I've struggled with this too, but I'm trying to get over it. Not that, sorry if that sounds bad, but there is this attitude that can develop of like, I have to have lower expectations. Like, we prepare ourselves for disappointment sometimes, but at the same time, when you keep talking like that, that's what you're gonna get. If you're always thinking, step lightly, you know, then when things come, you won't have the same resilience. And I watched many things lately because I'm supposed to look for things to see if my idea will be too close or to get inspiration for my show. And there's a lot of people with disabilities talking at able-bodied people, but not with disabled people. I mean, not with able-bodied people. Like, it's not a two-way conversation. And I know sometimes I talk at you, but I won't try from now on to ask more questions because I just find it like extreme navel gazing, and and also when I got mad about people saying, "Oh, you're nice because you have to," that was from people in the disability community and in the last mini documentary I watched, where it was just this kind of focus on, oh, we always have to overcompensate and it's exhausting. And I'm like, I don't like you right now, because that's true sometimes, but again, if you're always looking at that from a negative perspective, then there's always going to be this wall. And I'm not talking about like this, as my minister calls it, Pollyanna positivity where everything's fine. But I am talking about maybe maybe they're just looking because you look really pretty. Maybe it's not them putting the pressure on you, it's the person in the wheelchair actually. And also a lot of the stuff I've seen with like many documentaries and episode of a show is that a lot of the things I've seen, there's a lot of contradiction in what they say. Like, 1 second they'll be saying something like, oh, you can't be angry at people, and then the next second they'll be saying like, I will never forgive them for taking 10 years of my life, like this one woman did. She was like, you can't be angry at people, and she freely admits that she chose to live in a nursing home, and just because she's tired of it, she's like, I'll never forgive them. And yes, maybe her social worker was misleading, but it was also kind of like, but you just said 5 minutes ago that you can't be angry at people, yet you're using this very aggressive phrase of, I will never forgive them. And so that's the part that bugs me. I have more sympathy for able-bodied people than I do my own people. And I know that sounds really bad, but yes, I have to pray to forgive them because they know not what they do. But but I have to pray to forgive them. That's the only way I'll get past this. The reason I get so angry is it just makes it seem like, stop acting like a teenager who's really moody and cannot decide whether they love their parents or hate their parents, and it's just kind of like one of these things where it's like, you freely admit that, again, you chose this certain choice, and just because you don't like it anymore doesn't mean it's the able-bodied person's fault. And to be fair here, that's something, like I said, I fall into. Like, when I get home care a few times a week, somebody to help me shower, and yes, you can have a nice image of that. And someone to help me shower, someone to help me brush my teeth, somebody to help me get dressed and everything. And sometimes, because the Alberta healthcare system is so screwy sometimes that, people have way too many caseloads. People calling sick all the time, which is understandable. And if sometimes I still get frustrated, but if I got super angry and saw everything as a slight, my life would be absolutely miserable. And I just feel like sometimes people in especially electronic wheelchairs can be kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? They can just be empowering victims, I find a lot, and it's really frustrating because, again, then I feel like I have to be like super understanding all the time when really I just want to slap them. Like, what are you doing? Because it's really difficult. Because you feel alone, and if it wasn't for my faith, if it wasn't for my family, if it wasn't for all the wonderful able-bodied people I know, and the disabled people I know from history, I don't want to think about where I'd be right now. I think I'd be in danger of needing to be hospitalized because of depression, and it's just because it's so disheartening, and because our church just finished a sermon series about joy, and how joy is a choice. Joy is a choice that we have to make. It's not this thing that we can like other people can give us joy. I'm not saying that, but it's a choice to see things as they're giving me joy right now because they see me as super pretty. They're giving me joy right now because a granddaughter that came to the church actually asked a question and she wasn't afraid of it, you know? And that brings me joy. And it took me a long time to get there. Where it wasn't an insult. Where it wasn't like, can you stop asking me questions? Can you stop staring at me? It took me a long time to get out of it. And so when I hear that joy is a choice that we choose, and people I've seen kind of have this lukewarm joy where it's only in certain circumstances or not at all, where they're super resentful and stuff, it just really doesn't help. Especially when other people in wheelchairs say, I'm sick of the wheelchair. And I understand the frustration. I have it too. But at the same time, it's like, I've seen you for months just go, oh, I knew this bad thing was gonna happen. I knew this, I knew that. It's not, maybe what's so confining is attitude, and yes, there are social structures that are completely annoying, but there are ways to stand up for yourself, you know, because again, this woman who's an advocate for more housing, that's wonderful, but she also said she couldn't go to school because there wasn't enough accommodation, and I'm just like, and being in a nursing home, and I'm just like, well, number one, there's online school, you know, it's not, like, it was just kind of like, I just feel that physical limitations are so much an idea of your mindset, and people often say that, but sometimes they say that, but as I said, they say contradictory things that, you know, they say this on their mouth, but they kind of only partially live it. And the other thing that's making me go through extreme exposure therapy is that I keep watching things that the person is like, oh, I need to be completely independent. I can't let other people help me, and I need to do things without assistive technology, you know, to be a full person. And that's fine with them, but it just makes it sound like those who need assistive technology, like yours truly, are less than because they're comfortable with it. They're comfortable with having other people help them. And, you know, I do tease people when they're really, not tease, but I do joke with people. Sorry, this is going to be a long one again. But I do joke with people that when they're scared to help me get my coat off or put a shirt on if it's a new home care person or not, it's just like, don't worry, I'm more durable than I look. You know, because I do look fragile, but actually, you know, I'm one of those very fortunate people where my bones aren't brittle, you know, so I just have to keep reminding people that I'm not gonna break. You know what? You can pull, you know, you can pull on the jagger. And but you have to joke about it. You have to make jokes like, oh, I'm sorry, don't worry about it. The box was labeled wrong. Like, even though it's labeled factual doesn't mean I actually am. And so sometimes I just get extremely frustrated, and I'm like, and and the reason I get frustrated, this is my last point, I'm sorry for going on, but the reason I'm frustrated is, I know it's not them personally doing it. Like, I know it's not personal, but after years of people saying it, I get mad at myself for internalizing it. I get mad at myself that, as you know, one of the lovely people that I see as kind of a fictive grandfather, meaning he's not my actual grandfather, but I see him as one. He says the reason it pushes my heart buttons is because I'm sick of people reinforcing that internalization. I'm I'm just like, we're in 2025, people. Like, be grateful for what you have. Like, a lot of the people who are resentful have significant others. Or if they don't, they have the ability to get out, drive around, they have the ability to literally drive. This one woman had the ability to drive in her wheelchair. And I don't mean like the metaphorical, she's driving her wheelchair. I mean legitimately driving her van by herself. I don't know how she deals with the brakes, but she had a cool kind of steering wheel. But the point is, it's just kind of like when people don't see that and they kind of make it feel like independence is the only way to live a happy life, then it just kind of makes me feel inadequate. And again, the real frustration is my internalization of this crap, because I know it's not them. I know it's not them saying, oh, you suck. It's just me taking it as my life sucks or I have the wrong perspective, because I don't agree that complete independence is the only way to feel able as an able-bodied person, or the fact that, to be honest, I like people helping me because I like social interaction. I do not want to live with robots, So that's kind of the frustration that you saw, is just this feeling of not freaking again. Not again. Cause you have to laugh, you have to not see everything as only feeling free when the wheelchair's not there. When you're doing something without the wheelchair. I mean, it's awesome. I love when my dad dances with me on my feet. But I'm just as happy to dance in my chair, And like I said, that took me years to get to that point. And to get to a point where having a relationship was a sign of my worth. And now I have a relationship with Jesus, I believe, and the Father, that makes the idea of a earth-based relationship. I mean, I still want it, but if it doesn't happen, I'm at peace with it. You know what I'm saying? I hope you do. But it took a lot to get to that point, to accept my positivity, to accept my sensitivity, to accept that I need help, and to actually like those things. It took a lot, and then somebody goes, oh, well, independence is the only way, and you have to be always preparing yourself for the worst. And it's just like, I felt that way when I was 8 years old and a teenager until my late 20s. I am not gonna let somebody else tell me how to live my life, and I hope they do the same with me, because that's standing up for yourself. That is advocacy. Not using disabled people in a general term, but realizing it's your view. Not the entire view, but your view. Same with spirituality, same with everything else. Again, I'm sorry this was a long one, but I hope it made sense. And again, thank you for your support with the last video. God bless. Bye. Yeah. Open photo booth. Open photo booth. Open photo booth. Sorry, guys. God bless.